Libra, how are you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading going from the 27th through to the 5th of March. We're going to be going into your chakras, your aura, and your tarot reading. It will all be time-stamped in the description below. Let's just see what's going on with you this week here. I have done your monthlies. Now, there is structure here. There is in your root chakra. We're getting into your root chakra straight away, and there is definite structure here. Very simpler, very similar to who was it? I think it was Cancer actually. It's as if you're discovering the idea of small things that actually give you weight and structure, that give you some consistency in life. You've got so many ideas going around inside your noggin, and you're exploring so many different angles and avenues in life in general, through a mental and in a vision sort of way. Sometimes it's difficult to have that one thing, which is that structure that is immovable within you, and that seems to be putting into place here. And I'm not sure if it's let's just have a look. It's mainly on the relationship side, I think, more than anything else. I think it's giving yourself time to actually enjoy the rhythm or the structure or the consistency that you can have within relationships that are around you. Realizing the dependency that you may have upon your partner or your future sort of partner, as it were, and understanding that you'd like to hold someone's hand walking down the street, and that's what I mean by sort of dependency. I don't mean dependent sort of like hands out dependent. I mean dependent as sort of kind of saying, you know, we are only half of one couple sort of scenario. That's what it sort of feels like. But it also, because it's branching out, I say branching out or rooting out in your root chakra, it's going wide here. It's spreading across several aspects. So I don't think it's just your individual couple. I think it's also to do with friends, family. It's how you position yourself fundamentally within the life around you and your connection to the people that are around you. Okay? Because friends are eternal as much as lovers. Much more than lovers in a way. You know, a little bit like sort of family as well, that, you know, you don't choose your family, you choose your friends. But everybody sort of has those sort of relationships with the family where you can have some amazing relationship and it comes and goes, swings and roundabouts and everything like that, ebbs and flows. But it's knowing that that family's there, that's that consistency that I'm talking about here, that you get within family and within friends and stuff like that, and within partners as well, you know. So let's just see what's going on in your sacrum. Okay, this is really well balanced. There's a little bit more on the work side, but very, very small amount, but incredibly balanced. It's very logical what your desires, what your ego is asking for you, for the best out of you in life. So it's really working well. Let's just have a look what's going on in your solar plexus here. There's a passion for living, and it's golden brown, just like the sun. It's yeah, it's really lovely solar plexus actually. There seems to be a determination without having to fight for what you want. It's a determination by just sort of saying that's just the way it's going to be. It's quite literally that. It's really it's a lot of assurance, which normally can be difficult for you, Libra. Constantly doubting things. That's traditionally that's sort of a Libra, but here it seems to be it's a realization of sort of saying, you know, I can be sort of confident about the dependence I have with some other person or with the group of people that are around me. I can have confidence in that as I go forward. And as you do go forward, then all of a sudden you're going to realize that, you know, you are also a key part of that dependence of your partner upon you, and it's a two-way street. And this is where you can really build up a bit of confidence and a rhythm that gives you that foundation of life. Let's just see that's going on your heart chakra as well. So there's a lot of emotions on the surface, and it's not quite there, but you'll notice there's a transition within you from looking at falling in love with a person to looking at falling in love with a life, and living your heart's desires according to your life. There is a definite transition within the first week of March, and we went into that in the collective reading as well, of March, which I was calling Magical March, because it is going to be magical, and for your own personal reading as well. And there's this structure that's coming into the heart that's, and I don't think it's quite, you may not actually see it clearly as yet. It's almost as if like you're traveling and you can see like the sea are really, really far away. You can't even see the waves yet, but you can see the sea, and that is your destination. And you've still got to go down through a few valleys in order to get there, but you can see that possibility of going to that sea and stuff like that, getting to your heart's desires, basically. And that's what's brewing up within you, and it's sociable. It's not necessarily based upon one other person. So it's much more sociable, and it's life rather than love, as it were. Okay? And you may be falling in love with life. Let's just see what's going on in your third eye and your throat chakra. Okay, traditionally you do have a very strong third eye, and you have it is also very strong, but the throat is not diminished in such a way that there's not good communication. There's logical communication as well that goes along with it. So I think this is where you tie into this new type of logic that I go into on the collective reading, where there is swathes of society that is going to become illogical, and we're not going to be able to understand it as a collective anymore. It's going to seem very mentally ill in a way. And you know, if you've got that logic within you, when you understand the basics of life and the fundamentals, the natural logic of things, all of a sudden you're going to feel like the wheel of fortune has switched in your favor, and things are just going to progress a lot easier than they have done over the past 2 to 3 years. It doesn't mean to say that the illogical world is going to prevail. It's going to crumble. There's going to be difficult times. But in general, if you've got this logic within you, follow it. Follow that logic. Follow your evident path, basically. And with your third eye in that position, it makes things very clear and crystal clear about what you should be doing. A very Queen of Swords sort of energy. So let's just see what's going on your crown chakra. From small acorns and grows massive oak trees that you can build an entire hall with, you know, an entire building with. And your consciousness that is really getting, it's like that seed is germinating within you, and that idea of how you can put it all together comes out through this sort of direction that you're taking with your heart chakra as well. Your consciousness is following that growth at the same time. So as the tree grows and it does those lovely, beautiful leaves, the consciousness which is grown into the seeds happens at the same time. It grows into those acorns, is put into those acorns. So you're going to have this flooding moment, and I would have thought that's going to be in the next sort of 2 or 3 weeks. And it'd be interesting to see that from the weekly readings here on the channel, but also have a look on your monthly reading. I think that's in the sort of like 3rd week of the month. Be interesting to sort of see what happens for you there. But there is a definite consciousness of trying things out, almost like a Page of Swords scenario, trying things out, trying new ideas and putting them into place and seeing how they work with everything that is going on around you. Okay, let's just have a look what's going on in your sort of aura. So there seems to be an understanding in the 1st 2 or 3 days, almost like Tuesday, I think. It's not a massive understanding, but it's like, you know, if I put a color filter on a photograph, it's only one color filter, but it's going to change how you see the photo. And this is that realization, I think, that comes out sort of Thursday, Friday time, kind of going, oh, right, in that case, I should do it like that. And I would follow that logic. That's that logic that's flowing through you. It's pulsating through the auras at the moment in people, and just putting things into place and turning that wheel of fortune in that direction. There's nothing untoward as far as I can see as yet. No, there's nothing really untoward on that sort of side. The only side I would be wary of, and this is the other side of Libra as well, which you might be experiencing, is if you are over mentalizing things, means you will not be doing anything. Therefore, you're going to find life incredibly frustrating. And if you are that case, and at the moment, a lot of people does find themselves caught between one world and the other, and kind of going, which way do I go? I don't know. I would just take any direction to start with. It doesn't matter if it's the ultimate direction or not. Once you take a direction and you get movement in your life, then life itself can orientate you to the direction that you should be going in. But before that, you need movement. If you do not set the sails of the boat will just be drifting on the currents. Yeah, the currents are going to take you somewhere, but it may not necessarily be where you want to be. It may take you onto the rocks. So I would stick your sails up and start sailing if I was you. Okay, and for those of you who have the natural logic within you, that you're in the rhythm of the things, all of a sudden it's as if like there is a change of direction of wind, and it's blowing in your favor, and it's blowing forward for you. So let's just see what's going on. Actually, I just want to get the flow of the energy as well, of the aura. This does, it flows into your connection of everything. So which is the sternum, behind the sternum. So which is not the heart chakra, and it's not the solar plexus. It's in between. That is where you connect with everything. It's all to do with sacred geometry. And if you know anything about sacred geometry, everything has to be an equal in some form or another. And that's what it's concentrating on, is your connection to everything that is around you. Let's go into your tarot reading. So this is the overall energy for the week. This is the karmic message for your relationship side. This is the karmic message for your material side. How the universe influences you. How your guides influences you on these 4 petals here, and the overall outcome. And let's just see, without further ado, what the overall energy is for you on that channel there, on this overall energy there. I think this is the end of a cycle. I think this is a painful cycle. This is part of this understanding, I think, and it's moving you on through to a new cycle, a new paradigm, and it's the overall energy is a letting it go. Letting that pain go, letting those expectations go, because that's what usually causes us the pain, is the expectation in the outside world that doesn't measure up to it. Okay, and this is where I think you're building this falling in love with life rather than in love with someone. So the Wheel of Fortune, there was one other sign that had the Wheel of Fortune, and it was at the top. But for you, it's your karmic path, and it's within your relationships. And I said this within the foundation here, it was based upon your relationships. I think there is a change of understanding within you, and that could be that realization, changing of understanding of how you connect with other people. And I would allow the relationships to come to you. Be there, be out there, be involved in life, but don't necessarily go looking for those relationships. Allow those relationships to turn up. So then, therefore, you know that is what you should be doing. You know, being the leader, you'll get some offers coming in and have absolute pure harmony over your emotions. It's the ultimate way for you to go ahead, is being out there, but just allow the relationships to be declared to you more than anything else. Yeah, you know, your guides are trying to sort of like help you here. So as people do come to you, and this is what this universe is trying to do here with the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is about going on a journey, but not actually really going anywhere. The Three of Wands is about sort of receiving other people going on a journey and coming into your life. And it's like you going on a journey without you going anywhere. And this is going to feed your intuition. Is this a person I want to have in my life, or have a large place in my life, in accordance to my friends and family and etc. And this is how your guides are trying to set up the coincidences which make you realize all of this. Nine of Cups, you're going to love it. If you do take this position on, all of a sudden you're going to be kind of going, wow, there's so many people that I haven't really connected with in the past that I should really connect with. And it is lovely. I really do enjoy it, you know, reconnecting with people in the past, or connecting with new people in the future. It's realizing this change of fortune, which is important. Because once you realize this change of fortune for you in regards to relationship, then you can go full on into it. Let's see what's going on. That came out earlier on, didn't it? As the cards fell down. I think there is offering and structure within your life. It's to do with contracts. It may be that, you know, you might be connecting with the people that you work with and creating a whole new network of friends, and maybe, who knows, even a partner, or if you're looking for that. Didn't particularly come out in the heart chakra, to be honest, but it seems that way. There could be good sort of contracts that come to an end, come to fruition. But I'm going to have to get a bit of clarification on that. I want to know what that's all to do with. Let me just take these cards here and get clarification on that straight away. So what is this thing coming in on the karmic? Maybe it's the understanding of accepting sort of offers to you. Yeah, you know, the abundance. I think there's a lot of things being offered to you on many different levels here. And it's because, so the Hermit is all about shining your light. I think you've got to put it out there, and what you put out there, you will get back. And that's, if you put it out there with love and understanding, or the love of life, if you put it out there with the love of life, you're going to get a lot coming back to you in the way of work, in the way of sort of business and stuff like that. Healthy boundaries. This is what the universe is trying to encourage in you. Healthy boundaries in accordance to the outside world. I think this is very important in regards to that logic I was talking about earlier on. Don't get mixed up in things that just don't follow the logic with you. And that is that healthy boundary. That's what that realization is at the beginning of the week, I think. Look, we got Hermit repeating itself here. And this is all about you shining your light. Giving out the knowledge and understanding of the experiences you have been through in life in order to get to where you are and to be the person who you are within your workspace. So you're going to be very much appreciated by the people that you're working with, simply because of your experiences and your wisdom that you carry within you. Marrying the body, mind and soul. So marrying life itself and falling in love with life itself. I think this is a real lesson of letting go here, a change of fortunes for you, and making life so much more sort of fulfilling than it has been over the last 2 or 3 years, as this illogical world has taken hold, and it will eat itself. That's what's going to happen with that illogical world. And your guides here, within your mind's eye, within your conversation, they're going to be sort of offering things to you. They're going to be sort of like connecting the physical and the emotional side of work, of connecting with people that are around you, feeling fulfilled in what you're actually doing, and leading with your cup, with your heart. And this is where your heart is gradually getting into place. So this is what's coming into the following weeks. And maybe next week, you're going to understand your heart's desires, Libra. And as you understand your heart's desires, next week is kind of going, this is amazing. How do I promulgate this propagate this? You know, how do I cultivate this sort of love and understanding that is within you? So the Knight of Swords, a lot of things coming in for you in the following week here. A lot of ideas, a lot of possibilities and passions within your relationship side of your life. And the Six of Cups. So it's marrying the old with the new, and it's you know, it's built upon the love of the past for a brighter future, basically, for you by the looks of things. So you got Temperance after the five of Cups there, and the Temperance is understanding timing and stuff like that. So initially within that following week, you may, you know, the following week after this, after the 5th, you may be in a position where it's kind of, yeah, great, absolutely brilliant. But it's almost sort of saying to you, patience, patience, patience. Don't get ahead of yourself or else you'll be disappointed. Don't forget that lesson about the expectations in life. That's what seems to be playing out within you. There you go, Libra. Thank you very much for being with us and supporting this channel by subscribing and clicking that bell. We've also got the masterclasses in energy, which is on our channel, which you can have, which you can look at any time. I will be doing a masterclass tomorrow night on Sunday night, according to the rhythms of the human rhythms, the universal rhythms, and the solar rhythms, and how it all sort of ties in, so you know best when to accelerate and when to brake, which is that Temperance card all about. And I will see you there for that. In the meantime, Libra, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.